But today, I want to talk about how are we supposed to live through these times, knowing that something is breaking through right now. It's just getting crazier and crazier. Something is going to emerge out of this. And if we have the eyes to see it, we know that it's going to have to do with Jerusalem. It's going to have to do with the kingdom. It's going to have to do with God. It's going to have to do with all of the things that we've been waiting for. And I've never lived through anything like this, but you know who has lived through things like this? The Jewish people. We've been through plagues, viruses, ghettos, lockdowns, hard times. I mean, now is the time to dig down into our collective wisdom and see how the Torah guides us to live in times of absolute instability. Everyone needs a strategy for life, and betting on the strategy of the Bible, that's not a bad idea. So the first thing that I want to do, if we're now taking the Bible, we're going to be like, all right, this is our armor. We're going out to battle now. And how are we going out to it? We have to contextualize everything. What is the right mindset for looking at these turbulent times? Now, a good friend of mine named Zev came out to the farm. He's an Orthodox Jew, made Aliyah. He's a member of the fellowship. He lives in Israel with his wife and his kids. I think they're watching this right now as they're having dinner. And I would say, he's possibly one of the world's most knowledgeable people on King David. And so obviously he loves our farm, our center. It comes out as often as he can. The last time he visited me, he told me a story about King David's son, Solomon, that has stayed with me ever since. And the story is an ancient tale, a midrash. It's like refined life wisdom extracted out of the book of Kohelet, out of the book of Ecclesiastes that King Solomon wrote. Look at Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1. In the 1960s or 70s, these verses became very, very famous, but I just want to look at them now in a new light. Everything has its season, and there is a time for everything under the heavens. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant and a time to uproot, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to wreck and a time to build, a time to weep and a time to laugh. And so the chapter continues on just with all of the different possibilities. But what it's saying here is that everything in this world under heaven is a season. Everything has its season. And what's happening now with all of the chaos and instability, it's just a season. It's going to pass. There'll be times to laugh and there'll be times to cry. But in times of crying, don't think that's all there is. People get locked into depression because they see the current situation and they don't see a way out, and they get swallowed up by sorrow, by fears, by what the future is. Oh my goodness, this is the way it's going to be forever. King Solomon teaches us to look at the world and know everything is a season. Nothing lasts forever. Not the good and not the bad. And so right now things look crazy. This is just a season. And if we know that salvation is right around the corner, if you really know that, you can withstand anything. And this ancient Judean tale of King Solomon is like pure oil that's just been pressed out of his writings. And so this is the story that I was told. After Solomon became king, he was obviously blessed with experiencing the entire spectrum of human living. Highs, lows, pressures, joys, pleasures, pain, everything. And he knew that he would have high times and he would have low times. And he asked his royal jeweler to make him a bracelet that he would wear on his arm at all time. A constant reminder of how to live in the world. And his bracelet would help him stay humble in times when he was high and hopeful in times when he was down. And he knew that he was on the roller coaster of life. And he wanted to design a personal reminder to help him in every scenario. And after prayer and thought, he came up with the design of a bracelet, and Solomon was the wisest of all men. And he said 3 words will accompany me my whole life. And these 3 words will be my reminder in high times and low times. Let's put it up on the screen. Gam ze ya'avor. Gam ze ya'avor. This too shall pass. If life is amazing now, enjoy it. Soak it up. Live it up. Really just swallow it. Be satisfied in it. If you're having a good time, ride that wave and enjoy every moment, because that too shall pass. Enjoy every moment you have with your wife, with your husband, with your children, with your friends, with your loved ones, because these days, they're going to pass. Life is tough. Corona, politics, uncertainty. Don't let it get you too down. Gam ze ya'avor. This too shall pass. Everything is a season, and it feels like winter is coming. And so let's stock up on some firewood. Let's make sure we keep warm, but never forget that, yes, in the wintertime, spring is right around the corner. And if you feel despair creeping in, King Solomon gave us this amazing eternal message of seasons. Gamze ya'avor, this too shall pass. And the wisdom of King Solomon should be a blessing to all of us.
Shalom, my name is Jeremy Gimpel. A few months ago, we started an online seminar teaching life-changing biblical wisdom revealed from the original Hebrew and straight from the mountains of Judea. With global instability on the rise, more and more people are turning to God, realizing now they don't exactly know where to look for guidance. The Bible says the guidance will come from the land of Israel. What started as an online seminar has grown into a global fellowship with hundreds of members from over 30 countries. We're participating in fulfilling prophecy as we learn the Bible through the eyes of prophecy, with a focus on what it's telling about us in our lives today. What you will discover is that the wisdom transmitted thousands of years ago is speaking directly to us in our time right now. Instead of learning the Bible as a religion, it's the Torah of Israel, the living guidance of God. So please join us for our next online gathering and get access to the full library of teachings that the Land of Israel Fellowship is offering. Join now and get an audio series on the prophecy encoded in the book of Joshua, absolutely for free. Just click on the link below or email fellowship@thelandofisrael.com. I don't know how you found this video or what compelled you to click on that link, but I don't believe in coincidence, and I would encourage you to take the next step on your journey toward the Land of Israel. I hope to see you at the Land of Israel Fellowship. Shalom.